Hey guys, it's James from Team Calamity here. Today I'm bringing you the deck profile of the deck that I played in UK Nationals 2019. This past weekend. I played White RP Windwater Fusoya, and I'm bringing it to you just to show you today. I went 7-1 in Swiss rounds into the top 16 on day 2, but unfortunately I lost in top 16 to Lyndon Osborne, also using Windwater. But a very teched out version of Windwater, which had a strong matchup versus mine. So here we go with the deck profile. So first up, we have 3 of the start pane. It's kind of one of the main reasons, the deck is built around getting the free advantage off the Yuna and also the Riku when you play them. It's absolutely fantastic. Together with Valor 4, it's pure reason why you play the deck. I play 1 of the rare pane. Some people prefer 2. I just prefer the 1. Otherwise, I find it kind of clogs a little bit, but next thing is 3 copies of the Mega Sisters. Now, the reason why this card is so good is, as well as kind of dumping it another copy of itself so it can revive itself. So it's very handy if you're doing a bit of risky combats. You can swing in, or you can block with it, get another one. It's very, very handy if you've already got one in break zone to dump an extra copy of the Fusoya or dump a dead backup or something like that. You don't have to dump another copy of the Mega Sisters, especially if you hit it on EX Burst. You can dump an extra Fusoya, anything you kind of want that you don't want to draw. Very, very good card. Came up a lot during the tournament. Okay, next thing is Free Fina. Together with Valor 4, she is an 8k wipe to your opponent's board. There's been a few times where I actually did the overload and paid the 9 mana to untap myself after I did it all, especially in main phase 2. So I've done a few attacks, my opponent's blocked a few, thinking, great, my stuff's all alive. And then you go, yep, main phase 2, pay the 9, untap all your mana, untap all your guys, do 5,000 to them all, and then play something in main phase 2. Won me a few games during the actual tournament doing that. I think at least twice I did that. Wouldn't play any less than 3. Fantastic card. And we then play 3 Lenna. I'll show you why in a second, but yeah, very solid card. I only used the special once during the tournament, and I misplayed it anyway. So it's generally to revive Fina at best, but you generally just using it to revive the next things that are coming up, which is, of course, Porom. Picking up Valor 4 from your break zone, as well as other summons, is absolutely crazy. The fact it's an EX burst as well, so it triggers if you hit it with the Fusoya or if your opponent's attacking with you as well. This card won me a few games just by picking up Diabolus from the break zone, just so I could reactivate all my forwards and swing. And yet, because it's a Lenna target, you just keep bringing it back and back and back. So you could use Porom essentially up to 6 times in one game. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy card. Brilliant. This was one of the cards I decided to put in very late moment, is one Ephemeral Summoner. You'll see when we get to the summons why I chose to use one of these. It was okay on the day. I'm likely going to be dropping it. But, it did a job. It was okay, and it was a 4th Lenna target. Next one is my next one of, that I put on the day before, is Halicarnassus. The reason why I put one of these in is because I was a little bit scared of Mega Sisters, Aerith and Tola as well. I kind of needed a clean out to them. In all honesty, because I kept discarding it for CP, it was always in the break zone when I needed it. I can't search it out realistically, and it's not worth the revival from Lenna. It's probably going to get dropped as well. I played the one of Zidane because I dropped 2 other copies for the Halicarnassus and the Ephemeral Summoner. That's likely going to go back to the free Zidane because this guy put in absolute work. There was a turn where I broke my opponent's nail when I was playing against Fire Ice, and I know he had another one because he hit it from that nail, and I ended up breaking that nail, playing Zidane, taking the other one, and because of that I won the game. So yeah, he's going back up to 3. Very, very good card. And the last of the forwards is free-ish Tola. Absolutely crazy card. Protect your plays. Obviously can't be damaged by certain bits, but yeah, she's mainly on the board so you don't get board wiped by things like Shantotto. You can also use this to stop your opponent doing a Athena Valor combo. But yeah, she's just a very, very solid card. For a free drop, she's fantastic. There's lots and lots of things it can, it can stop. Absolutely recommend playing it at free. So like I said, that's all the forwards. So now comes on to the summons. So we played 3 Choo-Choo Lane. The reason for this is, as you probably noticed, nearly everything in the deck is 7,000 power. So if your opponent is sitting on anything that's 8,000 or higher, you're going to have a bad time. As well as that, this can be stacked to the top with Ephemeral Summoner to be triggered with the Fusoya, so you can kill big things with just the one combo. Would I still play it if I drop Ephemeral Summoner? Yeah, it's an EX burst and you can use it as a combat trick. It's worth having, just because in case you do encounter something that's bigger than 7k that your Fusoya can't get rid of, you need to lower the power. Next thing is 3 Valor. Again, as I said earlier, the main reason why you kind of want to play the deck. Untap all your backups, doing 3,000 to your opponent's board. Absolutely fantastic together with Fusoya, because you can basically go, play a free drop when you've got 5 backups, so like Zidane, to make sure the road, the route is clear. And then play Valor, untap yourself, and then use Fusoya to kill something that's over 7,000 power because they've already been dealt 3,000. And then you can play something else as well. It just unlocks so much potential. But yeah, it's pretty much been used to untap my Fusoya and kill something else. In my round 8 stream, I used Fusoya to try and kill a lock. He boosted it via Belias. I then Valor'd, killing the lock, and then Fusoya'd his Sabin, because that was damaged as well, so I killed 2 forwards off the sake of just 1 card. So yeah, absolutely crazy card, and it's kind of the main reason why you play the deck again. 3 Famfret. Famfret Porom, strong combo as ever. Also works really well with Mega Sisters, because you can basically just sack a Mega Sisters out, get another one, and your opponent loses a forward. It's not as strong as it used to be because a lot of people are playing Porom and things like that. I still feel it's worth including, because it's an out to things like Illawa, and also Ishtola, Aerith, that sort of jazz. Things that you can't really target or you can't really damage. It's a nice kind of clean way. This is also one of the few outs to your opponent going Genesis or Lock, Haste and Swing. If you have Lock in your hand, they lose a lot of resources by you just using Famfret. Cool. And the last of my summons is 3 Diabolus. Absolutely crazy card during the day. Luckily, I didn't face any Earth, so it wasn't in danger of being cancelled. But the amount of times it allowed me to do silly combos like break their forward, untap all my backups to then Fusoya something, or it allowed me to make my opponent's forward 1,000 power, untap my backups, then I could Fusoya or I could Valor, something like that. It's absolutely crazy. It's very, very versatile summon, very much worth the 5 mana to play. I wouldn't consider any less than 3. Right, which leads us to our backups. So I'm playing this Yuna instead of Hero Yuna, like I know some decks are. The reason for this one is just to get the nice quick start because it's a 2-drop backup, but also discounting your Choo-Choo Lane and your Famfret for a 2 cost. Obviously Choo-Choo Lane to a 3 cost. I just find this version is just a lot faster to play than the 5-drop, because I'm running a few odd-costed backups already. I just want to get this down as quickly as I can. Next one is 3 of the soon-to-be banned Riku. Now, in all honesty, when I was testing, I did play the Opus 2 Riku in it. I decided against using it. Mainly, I wasn't planning on milling my opponent. It was the Mug special ability that was more useful. I wanted to be able to kind of use the extra Rikus that I draw to draw extra cards. At no point did I ever beat anybody by mill out, and it was never my intention to do so. So when this card gets banned, I've already got the Opus 2 Riku's just sitting waiting, which is great because it ups my EX count anyway. Next thing is free Archer. The reason why I'm playing this is there was a few backups that I was not looking forward to kind of seeing. First one being Minwoo. Minwoo causes a bit of a problem for this deck because there is a lot of ping. If your opponent's got Minwoo and they've got reasonably big forwards, this card is going to help you massively. As well as that, it puts in work against the mirror because you're able to break your opponent's Una. Except in the quarterfinals when I couldn't break the 5-drop Una. But yeah, it was good. Because I run 6 named backups, this one can break itself. So if I ever draw a backup that I need to play, I can just break this card off and then kind of play my backup that I need to put in play. Wouldn't play anything else instead. It did a good job during the day. Next thing is free Shinra. Some people prefer 2. I think it's absolutely paramount to open this card because you get your rare pain straight away, and that kind of sets you up to then setting your YRP up. Because it's an EX burst as well, hitting it on your Fusoya is absolutely great because you can fetch starter pain or rare pain, whatever you need. Generally, I always try to get this as my turn 1 backup, just so you can get everything going. And then the main big boy himself is Fusoya. I'm only running the 2. I did try 3, but unfortunately, because you're going through your deck such a lot and you're deck thinning and you're drawing cards, it will brick. And I did not want to dedicate loads and loads of space to, cards to discard them and things like that. I found 2 to be enough. I saw them reasonably enough in the matchups that I needed them. The nice thing about Mega Sisters is once I see one Fusoya, I can play Mega Sisters to get rid of the next one and just dump it into the break zone. This guy just puts in so much work, just clearing your opponent's forwards, allowing you to attack. It's kind of the main reason why I won the majority of my Fire Ice matchups. Just clearing their stuff off board is just so paramount. Yeah, absolutely fantastic card. And the last 2 things is 2 copies of Melweb. Now, simple enough, it's an EX burst, so if you hit it by Fusoya, it's great, but it's mainly to ditch that extra copy of Fusoya if you do draw it, or just to draw extra cards, just to get your engine going or anything like that. It's just nice to have. I wouldn't drop it, just because if you do draw the extra Fusoya, you need a way to get it out of your hand. Cool, so that is the deck in a nutshell, guys. Like I say, if I was to change anything, I would drop the Ephemeral Summoner and the Halicarnassus and replace it with 2 more Zidane. But other than that, absolutely fantastic deck. Please try it yourself. I can't say enough good things about it. And remember to please subscribe to our channel, Team Calamity, FFTCG, where we bring you weekly content and it's all super stuff. Alright, cheers guys. Bye.